everyone, Mary Juliano Hayes here. Hope you're all okay and still enjoying your Psalms since I last talked to you. Today, I wanted to get your thoughts on saints. And I'm wondering, do you have a favorite saint that you pray to for their intercession? Were you named after a particular saint? Are you a saint? Careful how you answer that last one. It's kind of a trick question. I'll tell you why I brought it up. Many years ago, while I was walking Castle Island, I run into a sister who had taught me in elementary school. We exchanged pleasantries, and she asked how my parents were. And previous to this encounter, my father had passed away. And when I told her that, she recounted what a lovely man my father was. And he truly was. And I said, "I know, sister, he was a saint." And she quickly shot back to me, "You're a saint." I think I kind of laughed it off and probably just said, "Yes, sister." Thank you, sister. Anyone who went to Catholic school knows you don't ask questions, you just agree politely. "Yes, sister. Thank you, sister." Wow. Sister Vincentine declared me a saint, and there were no letters to the bishop or calls to the pope. Okay. I don't know why I recall that conversation, but I never forgot it, and I never forgot her words. I guess when we think of saints, we think of those people who lead these virtuous lives, who were canonized through a lengthy process through the church. But the word saint also applies to us. And I think what the good sister was referring to is how we are a part of the community of saints, the one that we talk about in the Creed and during the Eucharistic prayers at Mass. The mere fact that you are a believer in Jesus Christ makes you a saint. So, in answer to the last question I asked earlier, that would be yes, you are a saint. The month of June is chock full of great saints. June 13th was the feast day of my mom's favorite saint. It was the feast of St. Anthony. She loved St. Anthony and called upon his intercession for everything, and not just lost things. My mom loved the St. Anthony Shrine in Boston. It was one of her favorite places to visit and say a prayer. Whenever St. Anthony interceded for her, she would send off some money to the shrine. She used to tell us if we really wanted his help badly, then we had to give him the money. I know it doesn't work that way, and I know she didn't think it really worked that way. But we used to joke about it a lot. I think if you promised St. Anthony the money, it was a sure thing. You know, come to think of it, the 2014 Super Bowl game against the Seahawks, remember that one? The Malcolm Butler catch? Yeah, that was one because of my mother's offering to St. Anthony. Don't tell Tom Brady. He'll get upset. I did appreciate my mother's devotion to St. Anthony. Another saint that came up in June was St. Boniface, whose feast day was June 5th. St. Boniface has a very interesting relationship with the tradition of the Christmas tree. You should definitely look up his story. It's very interesting. On June 26th is the feast day of Saints John and Paul. They were brothers who were martyred in around 361 AD. They were mentioned in the Eucharistic prayer that you often hear Father Tom use. One day I asked Father Tom, "What's with all the saints' names during the Eucharistic prayer? I never even heard of them. Chrysogonus? Cletus? Cosmos?" I'm not very familiar with them. But he told me that there are some popes in there, a bishop, I think a deacon, and some laymen. And of course, the apostles. These saints gave special witness to the faith, and in their lives, many were involved in establishing Christian communities throughout the world. You should ask Father Tom about them. But lastly, Bishop Barron in one of his talks pointed out that the saints allowed Jesus to live through them. They still maintained themselves, their own personalities, their own way of being, but they opened themselves up and allowed Jesus to work through them, so that by allowing Jesus to work through them, they became a light to the world around them. That's pretty powerful, to be a light to the world around you. I don't want to be a martyr, but I wouldn't mind being a light to the world around me. That's something to strive for. Keep praying to those saints to intercede for you, and continue to be a good member of the community of saints that you are. And maybe the light from your heart, or your kindness or good works, could be the answer to someone's prayer to their favorite saint. Take care, everyone. Stay cool, and God bless.